Hello, this is the TradeSite US Stocks and Futures Market Preview for the week beginning Sunday, the 13th of October 2024, ending Friday the 18th. This is already going to be options expiration for October. This is going to be an interesting week. First of all, Monday is a US bank holiday for Columbus Day. So banks are closed, but the stock market's open, which is usually a waste of time. Because with the banks closed, nobody's really doing anything. A lot of the big players obviously are out. So there's Monday's going to be a bust, and then Friday's going to be options expiration. So if there's any excitement to be had, it's going to be in the middle of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, obviously. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart, and not much new here as usual. Here's the euro dollar chart. Declined this week a bit. Here's the pound dollar, also declined a little bit this week. ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market and futures form all-time highs on the stock market as we head into the last 3 weeks before the election. So we all know what that usually means. S&P 500 obviously closing the same. New closing high on Friday. NASDAQ 100 not quite there, but looks like it could break out. It's got a nice construction and nice pattern. Russell 2000 not at highs, but close to it, and also could break out. It's also got some nice construction as well. So everything looking good for the markets in general. Crude oil closing at 75.56, affected also by the hurricane in Florida this week, which was a nightmare, of course. Bitcoin is currently down today, 53,669, one of the lowest levels it's been at for the last 7 months or so. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, the bonds continuing to come down, bonds down, rates up. So the Fed rate cut was already factored in. How fast they cut rates is a question mark at the moment. So we are getting near a support level, but it'd be interesting to see if we get a 13 buy signal also on this daily chart. That would still be another week plus away, but we'll see what happens. The VIX closes at 20.46, suggests volatility, but we really haven't been seeing it. Advanced decline ratio very positive on Friday. Had 2 negative days and 3 positive days this week. Trend closes at 0.91, puts the 10-day moving average around 0.93, and that's still above the 0.85 blue line, which is a sell signal on the market if the orange line crosses under the blue line. So we never really got there yet. ES 10-minute charts showing, so you get the far left side of the chart the prior Friday. So small gap down on Monday and then headed lower. Small gap up on Tuesday, filled the gap, and by the end of Tuesday we were exactly where we had closed on Friday. No gap on Wednesday and kind of drifted up. Small gap down and then filled it on Thursday, closed about even. So at that point for the week we really hadn't done anything. And then Friday a little bit of a rally early and then flat. So again, it's interesting that the VIX is back in the 20s when really this is not a lot of volatility. But whatever. NASDAQ even flatter, really, if you think about it. The volume numbers, always around 5 billion shares, so it is what it is. Apple daily chart, near the highs, could break out. Remember, when you get to about November 15th, if you're up for the year, you tend to run because nobody wants to sell and lock in their tax gains for the year. So if we continue to hold this for another few weeks, we're going to get probably a rally late in the year. Amazon, it's kind of middling. Meta near highs. Google, nice pattern by the way. Google, kind of a dip and handle formation. Goldman Sachs made new highs. Netflix has a 13 sell signal, so we'll keep an eye on that. But at highs. So Tesla gapped down on Friday, took a little bit of a hit. Nvidia, this one looks strong. I mean, this thing just looks like it could break out and rip. This is a long pattern now and sort of an inverse head and shoulders formation. It just looks really great. Zoom has a 13 sell signal, but it's back near highs for the year at least. First Solar, down a little bit for the week, and that's that. So, it's a mixed bag, but I mean, most stocks are near their highs of the big ones, and the markets are near their highs, and that's what we got. In terms of economic data, like I said, the big thing is Monday is a bank holiday here in the U.S. and in Canada. You got a lot of Fed members speaking, and then you've got options expiration on Friday. But Tuesday here in the U.S., we've got, nope, just Fed members speaking, no actual data. Canada does have their CPI number. Wednesday, import-export prices here in the U.S. an hour before the bell, and that is it. So it's 3 days into the week, you've got basically no data out at all. Thursday, we have retail sales, the initial and continuing jobless claims numbers. That's the weekly numbers. Philly Fed manufacturing number. That's now an hour before the bell. Capacity utilization, industrial production at 9:15. Business inventories and NAHB housing market index at 10. Natty gas at 10:30. Crude oil inventories at 11. That's a day late because of the holiday on Monday. Federal budget balance, and then on Friday the housing starts and building permits. And that is it. So, kind of a light week for data. And like I said, Monday probably not worth trading at all. With the banks closed, Friday, options expiration, never that exciting. Somewhere between Wednesday and Thursday, we might get an options unraveling move, and that might be of interest. See what we get. Charts as usual brought to you by Ninja Trader. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.